Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello and welcome to the new X-Men review of Stryfe from the Marvel Legends Infinite series by Hasbro. Let's start off by saying I'm very excited to see another Jubilee Build-A-Figure in this series, and she looks quite awesome. Also, I'm ecstatic to say that Cable's mutant brother has finally been remade with some nice detail as opposed to the 1994 release seen here. Pricing for Stryfe is pretty standard at $19.99, and it appears that he's quite readily available so far. Right here at G1 Toys, you get the goods on his detail, so without delay, let's see the world through the eyes of a clone with an educational origin tour. Stryfe gets his first appearance in the New Mutants number 87, and is a clone of the popular X-Force leader, Nathan Christopher Summers, aka Cable. He was meant to be a clone savior in the fight against Apocalypse in case Cable were to perish. In an invasion, Apocalypse's forces found him and decided instead of killing him that they would mold him into an arrogant and cruel ally that would eventually serve as a host for an aged and frail Apocalypse. Apocalypse was killed before he could utilize Stryfe's body as his own by Askinson, who did later become Cable. When Apocalypse perished, Stryfe went into hiding with his instructor, Shivare, and eventually took the military leadership of a new dictatorship under the name of the Canaanites. Stryfe also put together the Mutant Liberation Front to stop oppression from humans. Stryfe has similar powers to Cable, including telekinesis and telepathy, but is more powerful due to not having the techno-organic virus that Cable possesses to keep his powers at bay. Pretty cool, guys. Now what we're going to do next is take a look at his box briefly. This is the Marvel X-Men Build-A-Figure collection of Marvel's Jubilee. There's the X-Men logo on top. Down at the bottom you got Marvel Legends Infinite Series Stryfe. And then on the side you have a picture of Wolverine looking awesome. Then you got Stryfe on the back in his pose. If you'd like to read that little story about him, go ahead and pause that. Then down here at the bottom you have Jubilee, which is the Build-A-Figure for this series, starting with Stryfe on the far left. He includes her head and power effects. Magneto will have her left arm, and then Cyclops will have the right arm. Then Storm has the entire body with the legs, which you don't see too often. Kind of cool there, I like that. Wolverine did not come with any parts for Jubilee, but it is the unmasked version, which is one of the better looking unmasked versions I've seen in a while. So this toy is made by Hasbro, very sweet. I'm gonna get him open now, and we're gonna take a look at his details for you. Guys, Stryfe is a pretty nice, solid looking figure. I'm liking what I see so far. He measures in at just over 7 inches there, as you see. So pretty tall figure. I really dig this. He's really brawny, he's really beefy looking. I like that a lot. Let's just jump right on into his sculpt and articulation. His head sculpt is quite amazing. They've done quite a bit of stuff here on there with those lines and a lot of detail on the helmet itself, as you can see on the backside as well. They've done a lot of individual work with that sculpt. So I really do like that sculpt on the head. I think it looks pretty good. He does turn all the way around 360. He does not really look down. The helmet does hinder that movement a bit. He can look up a slight bit, but not too much. And he does have a little bit of head cock as well. Now, head cock. So let's go ahead and show you this, how loose this head is really. It's really just kind of wobbly on there. It doesn't really stay in any position really well. But you know what? It kind of is cool. I kind of dig it that way. So far on the head sculpt, very nice. These right here are kind of a softer yet, durable plastic that come up for his spikes here. I kind of like that. Down into his chest articulation, yeah, they did some nippling effects there. Gotta love that. He almost looks like he's got 2 sets there going on. His arms do move up, and they do move 360 all the way around. He does have an upper bicep swivel. He has the double jointed elbow bend. He does have the wrist on a hinge here, and it rotates 360 as well. Also, these little wrist bands rotate separate from the wrist. So basically those will need to be on the outside if you're posing him. So awesome, really looks good. Both hands look really nice. That's an open hand. This is a closed hand for his sword, which we'll show you shortly. He does have a nice, unbelievably clicky, deep ab crunch bend, which I really thought was cool. he can go back and forward quite a bit. So that was really awesome. I really like the range of motion they gave this guy. He does have a belt here that is, you know, kind of free and loose, which enables him to rotate at the hips, does not inhibit any movement at all there. I love it so far. Really cool figure. Only beef I have so far is his cape, and that is that it's not really removable unless you maybe heat it up and remove it that way. But you cannot just pull this right on off of there. And it's kind of a solid cape, very stiff mold, so you can't really move that around or anything. It just stays where it is, and it's very Thor-esque if you ask me. So very cool there, not too bad. You know, the legs, they move up about that far. You can't really move them back because of that cape, but they do move back a little bit. He does have an upper leg swivel. He has a nice, deep double jointed knee bend. You gotta love that. He's got these knee pads on there, right there. His calf does not rotate. I thought it might, but it does not. He does have some good foot articulation though. Nice deep bends on those, and he does have a wonderful ankle pivot as well. So, you know, it's really cool. He is a little tough to stand up, but not too bad. You can get him posed really awesome, and he will stand up quite well. So let's go ahead and take a look at his accessories. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll quickly take a look at this sword Strife comes with. This is his accessory that comes in the box along with the head of Jubilee. This particular sword is sculpted pretty nicely. I do like the fact that both sides are a little bit different from each other. I thought that was pretty cool. You know, it has a goldish sheen to it, and Strife does hold this sword really well in his hand, really grips it nicely and tightly. So I do like that. Doesn't look bad when he holds it at all. So I'm not going to complain too much about the sword. It could have been done a little better, but not too bad. I'd like to also point out too that his paint apps below his chest armor there look really good. I like the bluish gray silver look that it's got going on. It really blends well with that silver up here. You know, that silver does shine a bit, not quite like Silver Surfer shine, but it does shine, and it looks awesome too on Strife. He just has so many good features and so many things that are awesome to offer here. Let's take a look at the sculpt of Jubilee's head right here as well. Man, she's got the purple lipstick, the purple glasses. God, I love purple. That purple paint on the sunglasses has a metallic flake in it, which looks really nice in the light when the light catches it. And the face sculpt is actually very pretty. It looks very awesome. I love this sculpt. You can see a little bit more of the hair there. Kind of a messy look. I dig it. I think that one looks pretty sweet. He also comes with these flames, or these little effects from Jubilee that you'll put on her left and right hand. They almost look like globs from Ghostbusters or something. Very cool though. I can't wait to put those on the figure once I have it completed. And you know, it does come with the instructions how to build Jubilee as well. So that's pretty much everything you get from Strife, but he has so many great things to offer in such a small package. So now let's tackle the 4 fields that are required to give him his overall score, starting with appearance. I really like this figure. He looks very nice with the 2 different tones of paint going on. The only thing I have a little beef about is the cape, and it's not removable or movable much. So other than that, he does look very cool. I like his scale. I'm going to give him an 8 on appearance. And for Strife's articulation, he has all the standard articulation that comes with a Marvel Legends figure, and I really do like it. There is a little bit of a movement that is hindered by some of the ways that his sculpts are made, but I like the sculpts, so they make up for that. So let's go ahead and give him a 7 on articulation. When we talk about durability, this guy is a brick house, just like the song. I think his durability is very nice. I'm going to give him an 8 on that. And on to our topic of collectability. He is a Toys R Us exclusive and the second figure of his kind, so I think that really will bump his grade up. And in my opinion, for that collectability, he's going to get an 8. And for Strife's overall score, a well-deserved 7.75. That's one review down with an infinite number to follow. Our G1 lesson for the day tells us that adoption can yield great results. G1 Toy fans, if you like our review of Marvel Legends Strife, please show your support and subscribe. Also follow us on Instagram. Mutant, man, or clone, no matter where you originate, There is a time we must all gather in joy to celebrate life and channel your inner toy.
What's happening, bro?
Not much, Sir Strife. Just had to lay the smackdown on some Ultron units.
Well, though, since we look so much alike, I want to get something settled.
Oh yes, what's that?
I thought since Disney will probably own us soon anyway, we should do the magic mirror trick and decide once and for all who the fairest in the land truly is.
Well, obviously me.
Let's just let the mirror tell us. Mirror, mirror, you're the best. Tell us now who's dressed the best.
Strife, you're the most dapper in all the Marvel Universe. Oh, that is PS. You cannot butter up the mirror for a favorable response.
Hey man, do you see any parquet in these hands?
Whatever. Fine, one more time, and this time let me ask.
I ain't scared, I'm from Houston.
Okay. Mirror, mirror, don't be fickle. Who here has the largest pickle? Neither one shall pass this test, for both of you have big man breasts. Well, that's it for me. I'm going to Asgard for some R&R. Peace.
It was me, right? Magic mirror? It was me, right? Well, I'll be a son of a...